Working at the adult shop is not it for me, but it was an interesting yet pivotal time in my life. Everyone that you work with, or at least a majority of your coworkers, are retired workers or aspiring workers. And me, I was just a creative trying to make ends meet. But it feels like a piece of you is blending in with the rest. So you have everyone around you talking about as you're selling. And it comes to a point to where you're like, okay, what's next? I'm surrounded by this shit every day. What else is there to talk about? That's just your environment 24/7, and you have your customers. I've had great, amazing interactions, such as those who are battling cancer and they're getting something for their significant others just to please them. But there's the others. Why are these situations presented in front of me? Because low attracts low, just like high attracts high. To work in an adult shop is to compromise your spirit. To work in an adult shop, especially as a woman, requires extra protection that these shops won't provide. I have been asked to be in a ring. I have been asked multiple times by multiple people, which is a crazy assumption, that I have tried all of the products in the store.
Close your eyes and really feel that intentional movement.
How many stories become a burden in your existence? I don't want to wake up early for someone else's stimulation. I'd rather do something else with my life. I ended up leaving the adult shop because of politics. I also noticed that I was backed into a corner of depression. My outside was reflecting my inside. I started laying in darkness right after work as a sign or a signal of depression. Everything around me was chaotic. But with that depression, I saw the better for myself. And I turned that into, okay, you need to find something in your field. You need to do what you want. It was a slow tower moment waiting to rebuild itself.
Or you can come up on both toes and then press the heels down again. Good. Let's find a couple of rolls here. So start to round the spine, come forward, bringing the weight into the arms. Bend the knees, arch the spine, press back. Back to down dog. Good.
I wasn't a happy person, and I almost got lost as my own figure, my own being. And if I would have continued or stayed in that adult realm, then I wouldn't be here right now.
So that left knee coming down to Skandasana, so you can stay more upright, or you can come all the way down towards your mat, trying to keep that left foot flat. Inhale. Exhale, Skandasana to the other side, so bending to that right knee. Left toes point up towards the ceiling, right foot flat, hands can come to heart center, or they can be down into the ground. Good, let's come to center again. This time toes in, heels out. Come up for a half lift. Wide leg forward bend. Your hands can stay where they are, or you can come to the outside of the feet or walk those hands through. Whichever one you feel like you like best.
Working in retail is within itself because you're selling your services to appease others. Even as I'm describing my experience, it feels like my sacral chakra is to create birthing life, birthing art into this world. My sacral is not to be on demand, on call. And I'm not looking down on anybody who works in the field or any type of industry, because I have my fair share just like how they had their fair share.
Flex those toes back towards you. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up.
I'm gonna pause it so my camera doesn't die.
Come down to a seat with those legs extended forward.
I made a vow to someone to never work in that industry again. And that's a promise that I'm willing to keep. I learned a lot though. It is a very interesting learning experience, but it starts to imprison the mind if that's not the place that you want to be, or if that's something that you don't want to do.
Inhale. Exhale, come to center one more time.
You may end up trying something that you don't want to do.
Your legs are straight.
Yeah, and I'm too so fresh.
Rocking side to side. Feels nice on the hamstrings and the hips. Put those knees back into your chest one last time. Squeeze yourself into a ball. Inhale, hold. Exhale, release to Shavasana. Feet reach towards the bottom corners of your mat. Arms rest at your sides, palms facing upward.
I feel like Diamond from the Players Club, but not there. But that's just the reality. That was a really nice practice, but some parts I was like, girl, what the fuck am I doing? When we transitioned from a downward dog to some type of crawl, I couldn't comprehend what she was saying nor doing. I just tried to transition into a plank instead, which I think that was a warm-up or a working out way towards that anyway. I see that the longevity of this mat is coming to an end, or if I can find a way to rebuild traction on this mat, because I shouldn't have slipped or lost balance when I did my low crescent or revolving door, whatever one that is. I shouldn't have stumbled on both sides. The whole ambience of it all was peaceful as I am in my soreness. My energy has just been so low but productive at the same time, so I'm kind of meeting it halfway. This whole entire week I've been doing more intermediate peaceful practices that lets me release thoughts instead of just clearing the mind and letting my body react. I'm letting the mind release with movement. I'm approaching day 30 of sobriety and going back into the thoughts. I've been kind of back and forth emotionally and mentally with my thoughts versus the anxious thoughts, and trying to not create a reality with those thoughts. Today, or yesterday rather, I celebrated 30 days of sobriety, and I plan to continue that journey. I like the clear mind. I like to not have the desire to indulge in vices as a crutch or because of anxiety trying to get through something. I'm happy that I was able to break the chain, because eventually I started asking myself, are you a prisoner to these vices? That's what addiction is. And as far as the consumption of THC, it's the habit of smoking, which is the addiction. It's something that you train yourself to do, like a cup of coffee or whatever that gets your day started. But I got tired, and there were times where I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this shit? And I'm like, okay, I'll stop tomorrow, and I'll start tomorrow, and I'll stop tomorrow, and I stop tomorrow, and it's like, when is it actually gonna fucking happen? One of the biggest things that impacted me was my oxygen levels post-yoga and having to deplete my oxygen levels once I start smoking. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just do this session for? What's the purpose? I'm just not in a mind-altering substance phase. And I think that's just my spirit rebelling, and I'm just following.
2, 3, keep going with this rhythm. 2, 3.
My dreams are very important. I love to dream, even though it can be a nightmare sometimes, or a night terror.
3, grounded. Presence.
I would love to continue to document my dreams, whether if I believe it, for whatever the reason, those can be messages that I'm missing. And when you're consuming THC, it stops you, I believe, from entering into your inner world. And if I'm such a creative, especially if I'm connecting to the divine with art, why am I suppressing my inner world because of a plant that I can't stop consuming? I need my dreams. I want my dreams. That's me and my inner world connecting to source that I've been missing. And Lord knows how many messages that I've missed out on. And I'm not trying to play catch up. I just want to continue to connect to the divine, the universe. And if I stop doing that outside of the external world, then I'm just fooling myself in my inner world. Midway, I found my mind freaking out a little bit. I just succumbed to the rest instead of the fight. I guess that's the whole point of the box breathing, well, at least this variation, so my mind can get into that rest state. It felt very good, and I'm ready to continue my day and eat some fucking food and just live life. I definitely recommend box breathing. Unless you're in a stress situation, then you don't want to count. You want to do deep breathing instead. And also, if you have any pre-existing mental health conditions, look into, I would say, consult with someone, especially if you have bipolar or schizophrenia, because I know if you do heavy powered or somatic breathing sessions, it can trigger an episode. Thank you, universe, divine, just for existing and just evolving every day and just becoming my beautiful spirit. Okay, Miss Universe with a sash. Namaste up in here.